Ladies and gentlemen, you're locked and loaded with your dog, Big Dog. With your dog, Big Dog. And that guy, Taz. Rapping trucker. Say, man, we locked and loaded. And, you know, you tuned in to Matters of Heart, Stories of War. And we cover a variety of topics about life, love, getting over love affairs, trauma issues. We're addressing it, and we're claiming our victory. And today we got, like I say, Taz, man, a father, a brother, a son, a hardworking black man who does a lot of different things for his community and to support the people that he loves. Taz, how you doing today, brother?
I'm good. How about yourself, man?
I can never complain. I'm always up for the task. You did.
Right, right, right. I can dig that. I can dig that. Yeah,
You
man.
know. So today we wanted to discuss some things about just relationships and the and how to how soon is too soon to move on after a breakup.
Um, just for yourself, man. I think you should give yourself at least, anywhere from 6 months to a year, just to cause yeah, if you try to move on 2 months, 3 months, something like that, and you ain't really got it out your system, all you're doing is inviting other people into your mess rather than having been fully cleared from your previous mess. So I say 6 months to a year is a good number to really let things clear out from when getting out of a situation.
So realistically, what do you like? That's theoretically what you would suggest, but realistically, after you have a breakup, how long did it typically take you to move on? Are you following that blueprint of 6 months to a year?
Um, yeah and no.
Okay.
Because at one period, you know, in my younger, when I was younger, shit, that shit really was like past that time. Still
Yeah.
trying on some get what's going on now. Still on some trying to get back because she might have do that thing on you in a way you ain't know about. You're a youngin and whatnot. So what that wasn't installed per se then. Later on in life, when it came down to relations, it probably got a little bit more sterner then, like, hey, after whatever, you know, then it was after some of the time, like, nah, I'm straight. I ain't going doing all that back to back. Nah, I'm okay. But still, when you get sick or tired of something enough, like you'll stand on your word on something.
Mhm.
Especially when you see when you develop a pattern. When you
Right.
see it's a pattern being developed. So, but in my ages of
So
30,
I want to ask you a question about those patterns. How when because patterns could be right in our face and we don't usually recognize them until how did you start recognizing certain patterns in yourself and in other people?
when the shit started affecting me more.
Right.
So,
Was good. I think from riding the high over he's like man can sound like even though even the tow
Go
truck
ahead,
man
brother.
he just
RNG Hayes, please mute your microphone for a second and just pay attention with yeah. Go ahead, brother.
yeah, so it's patterns. When them patterns start hurting you a little more,
Hmm.
that's when your eyes even further opens up to the patterns. Because you didn't know it was a pattern until you got affected by that pattern. Like, hey, that stove hot, bam, you got burned. Okay,
Hmm.
I know when the stove on, let me kind of move here. And with people, you'll get burned by them, with patterns, something that's out of control, like, the good, they're trying to have, what they call it, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll get you hurt. You get hurt enough, it costs you enough behind that, that's when you start developing your line. Drawing you, that's when your line becomes thicker, stronger, and you
So
actually stick
so
to what you
boundaries
say.
is after
Yeah,
after you start recognizing certain patterns, you start building boundaries and whatnot.
right. There you go.
So,
And
ladies and
that's what.
gentlemen, we listen. Let me properly introduce my guy. Ladies and gentlemen, we have coming to the stage, joining us on the platform, RNG Hayes, a father. He's a son as well, and he's a local MC in the Miami, Florida area. Ladies and gentlemen, RNG Hayes.
What is good? What is good, everybody? Yeah, we back in it
What's
one
going
more
on?
time. You know what I'm saying? Like we had double in this motherfucker. Yeah, we can't cuss on the live, right? I don't want to get in trouble for the foul language.
No, you can cuss, but what we were talking about was how long is and matter of fact, I want to introduce you to my dog Taz. He's on the line with us as well. We got a couple of more people coming, but right now it's just us three. So how long is uh a significant time to move on after a breakup, a tough breakup, couple of years in this thing, and we together and we don't broke up. So how much time do you give yourself before you move on, or if you even do that?
I mean, I think that you should definitely give your time some yourself some time to get through it, get over it, get past it. Before you move on. And for certain people, that may take a different amount of time depending on the level of emotion, emotional maturity. So it all depends on the individual.
So how do you usually handle it?
Me personally, uh, I'm a sucker for love, brother. I really just don't let none of them go. I might be bad to give advice on that.
No, you're not giving advice. Trust me, you're just speaking your truth. This is
Yeah,
what
I'm just
RNG
speaking.
Hayes would do. He don't let none of
Yeah,
his hoes go. He hold on tight to
yeah,
the
I don't.
bitter end.
Yeah, I really do. I mean, even after you move on, get married, you're still mine. That's just how I orchestrate my situation.
Is
You
that
know.
rather psychotic, Taz? What do you say?
He's become familiar with his own version of pain, and it's a thrill for him. And when they tell him like, nah, you're not the main one again, it's like, ah, shit. But it's a thrill at the same time for him,
Oh, definitely.
and then to have that back in the back of his mind, like I'm always locked and loaded with you. If I come and press the button, so it's more of a thrill for him than it is a hurt on any day.
So
So
is
True
it
story.
he,
is it a thrill to know that she's not going to be faithful with him like she wasn't with you? I could press up on her and beat that puss up anytime and send her home like a nigga was doing when she was my hoe. Is that the thrill? Sound like it to me.
For certain people, I answer that for you. For certain people, that could be depending on the type of individual a certain person may be. You know, if I had to speak for myself,
Please do.
I'm just, you know, uh, 9 times out of 10, you want to get smacked by somebody else. You know what I'm saying? And instead of her spending so much time, trying to figure out if she sleeping with another man or another woman or whatever it is that she just like to do outside of you. You know what I'm saying? You gotta respect the fact that women are just as human as anyone else or any man, and everybody is the same. So you gotta understand that they have different desires, and just because a woman decides that she wants to be in a relationship with you doesn't mean that you fulfill all of her fantasies and desires. And as a human being, I think that we should all have some type of respect for that. Actually look that dragon in the eyes. because that's everywhere. I don't know no just. I mean, if you're faithful,
So
you're faithful.
it sounds like something I always say: the box don't belong to you. So that means you got to leave a little room for accidentals and incidentals, because a person gonna do what they want to do regardless. You know. So
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah,
but I agree with all y'all, but I don't look at relationships like I used to anymore. Sometimes you have to apply the business aspect to them, assets, liabilities, things like that, because your heart is a treasure chest. It holds a lot of treasures. It holds a lot of pain. It holds a lot of things, and you got to keep a lock on it. You got to build a fortress around it. You got to have boundaries. So the way I approach relationships at 45 years old is very different than I did when I was 25 years old. So I agree with Taz, as that a point is to when you was young, you was looking to get right back out there and get you some sack, and the party line was alive and well at one time. And boy, all you had to do was hit that nibble up, and yeah, you're back in the game, sir. So I'm not
yeah,
gonna deal with this hurt and this pain. I know a number I could call and get me some session quick.
yeah,
So nowadays it's too much
definitely.
drama. It's too much. Bitches got too much baggage. They looking for help. They looking for too much, assistance, because they ain't got their shit together. Only thing they got to offer is some pussy. And once a bitch get in your
Yeah,
dwelling, in your space, you know what I'm saying? You don't know who you're dealing with. You don't know what kind of drama and baggage they bringing. You know what I'm saying? So,
right.
to
Yeah,
anybody who listening, boy, you know, uh, you better do a review, and gotta choose wisely who you call your boo, and that's real.
no, definitely. Um, yeah, I like I say, and old as you get older, man, it's certain things you just know. Hey, man, I ain't got the energy for that. I don't want to experience this no more. So, which is the prime example. I've been, single like going on 6 years. I just have had friends and rendezvous things in between time, but nothing serious, nothing to where my heart getting involved. Yeah, I may love you as a friend, but me and you both understand, like, hey, let's keep this here.
Right.
But then what winds up happening, that never stays the same because, and in the case with me, it always be the young lady looking like, oh, they want to get serious or want to get strong, and I'm like, nah, let's hold it here. So when you tell them let's hold it here, then they like, well, fuck it, I'm finna go holler at one who trying to or whatever. And it ain't that you don't want to be with them. It's just like, look, right now, I don't want to give you amended broken pieces right now. Let me focus on something rather than trying to entertain you. If I can't entertain my goddamn self with self preservation, what am I gonna be for you?
Right.
But then that gets too deep. It gets too this way, that way. You just trying to make reason. Depending on who you talk to, is different conversations from different mentality of women.
True
It's
that.
it's several levels. You know what I'm saying? So I I I'm looking for the chick that's gonna respect space coming or going. When you got two individuals doing that, those the ones who gonna fuck around, fall in love unexpectedly, or be in a thing unexpectedly. Cause the whole while she was over there doing her, he was over there doing him, they respected each other's space because they set boundaries for each other. Like, hey, it ain't this, but something about that edge drew them closer to one another, maintaining those boundaries and that respect for one another. And a bond gets created over the time. Over the time, shit, Nikki be starting to look a little bit more. Woo, you know what? I don't even know why I'm playing. Man, I'm finna step down on Nick. But Nick gonna make sure you have your shit straight. You ever notice like the ones who give us the hardest time? Yeah, we try to pursue the hardest, but when you really put in that fight to get something and you finally get it, don't be that motherfucker that just get it and then want to quit going to the next thing, because you might be dropping your little golden egg to something else. And like Mister said, as far as everybody slip up, that's the dragon you got to stand in the face. He's right. But with both of y'all having to stare that dragon in the face, you gotta you also gotta say, hey, dragon, is it worth me fucking with you just to get this hot ass thrill real quick? That comes with self-adult.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, for a piece of that, nah, I ain't finna come over here and fuck up this. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I get a box of black mouse, please. Yep, regular.
So RNG
Puff
Hayes, you back on the stage, right?
Yes, sir.
So RNG Hayes, your situation when it comes to you know your love affairs and how do you get over being emotionally manipulated? How do you shake back from situations that just drained you? Because I'm saying emotionally manipulated because a lot of times as men we don't think we being used because we getting some pussy and we getting a little bit of affection from a
Oh,
female, and vice versa for women. Sometimes they don't know how
Okay.
a person is manipulating them because I like you, because I know you would do anything for me. I could take advantage and push your emotions in different directions. So how do you get over that once you find out you was being used or you was being emotionally manipulated? And that question goes for both of y'all. RNG Hits, you shoot at it first, brother.
I mean, like, okay, so I think a lot of times, people go into these relationships. It's always somebody that like another person more than the other. 9 times out of 10, or mostly, is usually the man that's pursuing the woman. You know, and they have to basically decide on if that's the person that they want to be with or not. And 9 times out of 10, these women, you know, they're not just going to just choose you if you don't have, everything, intact, to whatever it is that they believe that you should be. So, uh, getting over a situation where you were manipulated emotionally and used emotionally, I mean, you kind of got to just recognize what you either going through or have been through, and try to find that thing that says, hey, like this, I shouldn't be feeling like this about a person. I shouldn't be allowing a person to, or I shouldn't be allowing my emotions to get in the way of my best day. And I think that we tend to do that, especially when we in relationships or pursuing feeling, or even in partnership, just pursuing a relationship together. I think people get lost in that. You know, and in the end of it all, you end up with, oh, I shouldn't have, gave so much. I shouldn't have poured so much into, a situation. I mean, we all been there, especially when you like a person. If I like a girl, I'm going to do, maybe go over and beyond just to prove my love, and and like most men, if you go after what you want, you're gonna do the thing that's not as normal. You're gonna do things that's maybe outside of your body, to obtain that individual, man or woman. You know,
So how do you deal with the part what you were saying where but I just want to understand, like, how 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 was you getting over it after you pursued this person and you find out that it wasn't all that and they was really kind of stringing you along, but they was,
honestly, I
you know,
find
how
that
do
the
you,
hardest thing. I can honestly, if I had to give any advice, I actually went to seek counseling.
you're not getting a giving advice, you're just stating what you go
Oh, right,
through or
right. Well,
what
I'm just
you,
saying,
yeah.
well, what I had to go through, I had to actually go through counseling.
And
I had to
elaborate
go.
on, elaborate on the situation what led you to go to counseling, if you don't mind.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, long story short, I was messing around with another man's wife. You know, I was broken the news after we did our thing and we was
How
hanging
long?
and
How long did the news get broken? A
I want
couple
to say what like
days, a month, a year.
like a month, like I want to say like about 2 months, something like that. Two
So you
months
met a
going on
young
two.
lady that was married, and you found out she was married after y'all had done smashed it up a couple of times, and you caught a little
Facts,
feelings. Then you find out she's
facts,
married.
facts. Yeah, she expressed to
How
me
did you
that she
handle
wanted
that?
to tell me. I mean, in that moment, I mean, I felt the kind of way, but because, like I say, I liked it, the girl, So I was like, well, so what's going on with that situation? She simply explained to me that they was in the middle of a divorce, and me being the person that I am, I'm like, well, how can I help you, move along with this divorce or whatever it is that you got going on, which I should have never got myself into. I want to make that clear. I should have never put myself in that situation. However, I really liked that goddamn girl, and I had done already smashed, and I was getting, you know, he had my nose wide open. Unfortunately, she had a husband, you know, and they got a divorce, but I'm pretty sure that she was not over the situation, the relationship, maybe the divorce, whatever, because it take time. You're married, then you
So
get a divorce,
do you
it's in
feel
the
like in
process.
that situation you were like a placeholder? Like maybe I was getting with a guy, maybe just to get over my husband for a minute, do some shit, but she maybe always was planning to kind of entertain
I
getting
mean,
back with
after
him.
yeah, I mean, after at the end of it all, yeah, of course. After seeing it, after going through it, I even had to just advise her, like, look, man, the way things going, you might as well just get married back with your husband. You know,
So do you feel, knowing that she was married, who was doing the manipulating emotionally? Was it you? Was it her? Or was you just keeping that mentality that, oh, this is my who now? I done smashed her up. I don't give a fuck what she, who she, I'm in there either way. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Was
you
that
keep
your
that
mentality?
mentality. I mean, that definitely was part of it, or that definitely was my mentality at some point. But I mean, if she's not the type of girl that's like really rocking with you like that, so that doesn't really go that far, you know. Um, so I definitely was just like on some, I can't really explain like exactly how I really felt in the moment, but I can say that I was hurt and somewhat confused. You know what I'm saying?
So go ahead, finish your statement. I wanted to say something real quick. So in the midst of, that boy phone fell off. Okay.
I allow myself to get this far with a person, what I'm saying, emotionally, how did I allow myself to get this far with a person by, I did a lot. We brought our kids together, you know what I'm saying? We built the home together. We did a lot in the time, that we spent together, almost a 2.5 year relationship. Uh, and I invested a lot into the situation, but I mean, I basically was
So
building up.
I'm really curious to understand, how did you think it was a relationship if she was married? Where
Man,
do
she
you
got a
even get that
divorce.
in your head?
When she went and got the divorce, she got the divorce. You see what I'm saying?
How long
And
did
once
it
she got
take
a
from you
divorce,
guys to? So she got a divorce. How long after?
maybe she was already in the middle of the divorce. I
Okay, in the
just kind of
process.
like
So
put
she
the
was
two at a time.
It
separated.
So
wasn't
I was
finalized.
Okay, right.
it wasn't finalized until we were, until we basically finalized it. You know what I'm saying? I even
So you
paid to
applied a
get
lot
the
of
divorce
pressure.
done.
That's all that sounded like to me. You
Absolutely.
applied a
Put
lot of
on the
pressure because you liked it a lot.
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
So
Yes, I did.
so let me get Taz the flow. Taz, what is your thoughts on the emotionally manipulation that can occur in relationships and whatnot?
Um, it's out there heavy. Uh, Me myself, I just try to be mindful of the individual I'm going into a relationship with. Because when I tend to love, I love hard, and I go into like a shutdown state and get back on the road, and like person won't hear from me for a while. Won't be into doing nothing crazy, but it's me trying to deal with self. So I think that's part of the reason why I just went ahead and been single as long as I've been, because of the state that it tends to throw me in. Me,
So
I'm a go ahead.
No, no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, because the emotional side, the manipulation, like when it comes to say if somebody got ill will intent, they ain't really, they just want you for your money, or they just want you because you could do something for them in a time being, or you're a convenient fuck buddy, you're
right.
conveniently located, things of that nature, but not considering, the other person's feelings in its entirety. That's where the shows like Snap gets created and things like that. So
Yeah.
I try to steer clear of fucking with um manipulating people into out of their emotions and vice versa. You know what I'm saying? Because all it take is, for the wrong person you to fuck over because you done sold all these dreams to and they snap on your ass. And now two lives gone because you was just trying to get over on somebody rather than telling them up front what it was. So
So
I keep an open eye for it, like
right.
peep the
So
signs
how
of
do you
it.
deal with a situation like, because that's in one instance you can, but what about when the person has, like what RNG Hayes was saying now, I have love for this person. They're accessible to your feelings. And then you got people who have children who have these different situations what don't pan out, and they have to deal with the mother or the father. You can easily be manipulated and emotionally dragged and drained due to any situation. So
Mm.
all
Right.
I'm saying is, at the end of the day, how do you fend that when your emotions are undefeated? That's why this is Matters of Heart, Stories of War. See, that is the key. Those scars, those emotional situations that we can't really fight because we're vulnerable. So I'm just saying, like, you can always try to be mindful after the fact, but in the midst of the
But
situation,
when you're all wrapped up in it,
it's very difficult.
yeah,
Yeah,
no,
that should
it
keep you
is.
real. You don't want to hurt nobody.
No, it
That's it.
is. Man, shit like that, you gotta have a strong support system. And when I say a support system, that's like how you is to me. When you know I'm going through something, I ain't got a per se telling you, but you'll know that a bead is off. Like, hey, what's going on?
Mhm.
Like you gotta have a support system that's pretty much prying in your life. Like, hey, talk to me. Let me know what's going on. I see something a little off with you. And then when you get the spill, sometimes you need those little pep talks to get you through something, so you don't go off the hinge and make a
Indeed.
decision that you can't turn back.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Now I
So
want to
Absolutely.
say
everybody's
this.
support system is different.
It's very different. You're right, but I want to say this. I'm gonna go ahead with the support system, because the support system has to be a different kind of strong. Reason being, because when you see your guy or your girl or your friend or whatever, your partner or whatever, is in entangled in a situation that is emotionally draining, that you cannot do nothing but sit and just give them a little bits of confidence, just scratch the surface. It's for me anyway. I try to be real, but at the end of the day, people, when they're wrapped up, they got reason why. They got, no, it ain't that. No, I know I said that, but I care. That sack fire, that hair foul, she got my son, she got my daughter. I gotta deal with this shit for right now. So to your support system, to the supporters, you have to be patient. You have to have a real calm ear, but you got to know when to push that button and put that battery in the boy's back or your friend girl back because she might need it. You feel me?
Yeah.
Because that person could be damaging as the situation if you're not careful.
Right.
Yeah, that emotional support from that person can be just as damaging as the person who's damaging you that you're entangled with. So to have a person
Very
who know
true.
how to navigate, how to respond, how to react, how to just listen and let you get your shit off and just say, because a lot of time niggas just be wanting to say what they gotta say because of some of these relationships. You don't want to snap on a bitch, you don't want to go ham on her fucking head. So you gotta really know how to walk away, but you got so much you want to say. You got man, look. So the support team, the support system is very vital to anybody in life. But the support system cannot be toxic. That person cannot be toxic. They have to be willing to listen
Right.
and kind of let a person go through the motion. Because you know what they say back in the day, if you like it, I love it. So hey, I'm gonna tell you what
Right.
I
Yeah, that
feel,
makes
and I
sense.
know
Right.
you probably resonate with it, but I'm gonna step out the way. I'm gonna be here when you crash out because you definitely going in that direction.
Yeah, it done been plenty
Right.
time you don't want me.
And
Plenty
even
time.
I like it. I love it statement. That and it's that the support system. You have certain ones in your support system. They'll tell it to you, but it's a level to you like it. I love it. I could say it to you, but then goddamn it, I hate what you're going through. You
Mm-mm-mm.
know what? I don't want to see you
Right.
individuals that I love. It's I myself rather prefer because sometimes I may need to be told some shit multiple times. Damn, you don't see what's going on? Open your eyes, like that. And breaking down is sometimes you could be so in the picture frame you don't see the bigger picture of what's going on. And it takes ones that's on the out looking in. Nah, let
Right.
me pull you out. Let me show you this perspective. Why did this take place when this could have happened? Why did this person not do this when they could have easily did this and it been resolved? You gotta have that. You gotta have a few of those in your support system. That's gonna provide those different perspectives.
And that's a
And
fact.
the only reason why they taking the time out to explain this to you is because they know you're smarter than what they see you going through. Because your heart is more involved than your mind. It's like you're saying, nah, you're telling your mind, shut the fuck up, because your heart is out here doing most of the talking.
But at the end of the day, like I was saying, emotions are undefeated. They got a better record than the motherfucking internet. You're not gonna tell a person that's involved in a person and wants it to work badly what to do. You have it's a very balanced. It's a real good balance. But you right. I'm not saying you're wrong. But if you could realize how things transpire when you're trying to be with a person and you feel like we're almost there or we working it out or whatever, and somebody like nah, but you like yo, I want my family, this is what I want. And you know what I'm saying, a lot of times it be the emotions and what a nigga want, so a nigga could be blinded, you know what I'm saying. And you got other situations where bro, you just gotta find something to do, get back to you, whatever you're gonna do, and time will kind of heal some shit. But low,
Right.
niggas don't get over love like that. Niggas don't get over situations just like that. You can find somebody that's a placeholder, and you could find
Right.
somebody that you could just get a little what you call a little rendezvous. But bro, when them emotions are in the chokehold, when that love is there, it takes a lot of real patience and time to get over. And
Yeah.
I respect those who can really navigate and be honest through the navigation of how they feel, of what I love about this person. I know this shit It may not last, but man, listen, I'm fucked up about this situation. That's when I could respect a nigga. When a nigga acting like, boy, I don't see it and it ain't going on, I'm like, if you know that I'm fucked up about this little piece of box, this little fire, little patch of hair got me going crazy, or my family is in jeopardy and I got to do what I got to do. You can't be mad at that because it's a lot of percent of time where when you fight for a situation, it come out on the other end. It could be beautiful. The pressure could make a diamond. So at the end of the day, it is what it is at all
Yeah.
times. So
Um,
what the hell, nigga? What the
hey
hell?
man,
This
I
guy's
had
funny.
my share, man. Just talk about with my kids' mom. You know what I'm saying? It took a minute, and in between, like, let's go back before I met my kid's mom, and I got out the relationship prior to that. It was like 10 years. There was a lot of back and forth going on, and
Right.
in that case, between that relationship and my being relationship, it was like a 4 5 year difference. Like, where I wasn't trying to see no relationship. I was like, man, whatever. I'm good. I'm trying to work on me. But then I got with my BM. We was together about 5 years, and
Mhm.
then after that, I want to say it took me in that case about a year and a half. Six. I was kind of there at 6 months, but really wasn't. It was still kind of on me because the family now was involved. You was used to a routine. You was used to waking up in the house and everyone's there, and y'all going through y'all daily routine, and then when that stops, that takes more of a toll on you when the family is involved versus it's just you and a chick that's breaking up.
Mhm.
You
That's
know,
true.
especially when you got ties to it, like you say, damn, I'm really fucked up by this person. I like how she run the house. I like how she do this, do that. Like, yeah, I gotta at least attempt to save this here scenario. But
And wait.
sometimes
Let's
when
pin that. And see, that's the
okay,
scenario that I'm talking about. With people on the outside, supporters have got to understand because that shit get lost. People just see this and see that and what you done told them, and they don't understand that part you just explained. That routine, that what I like, I'm trying to save it. I want to keep it, even though I done said some things and told y'all I'm a little frustrated. But that's normal to be frustrated in a
right.
relationship. You need an outlet to be able to talk about some shit, but that don't mean I need you to judge me and make it seem like. But when it gets too deep, that's when people get more concerned. But go ahead, because I really wanted to point that out though.
yeah, like in my case with the routine, like when I used to
Yeah.
come off the road, and get have me a liquor bottle set up in the refrigerator. She had me set when I came into the house. And shit, man, you get some years of that and developing a routine, paying the bills, y'all progressing, y'all doing shit that the life is going on the up and up. You know, that tends to sink in you and get deep in your vitals real quick because you like, damn, I love this shit. Like,
Yeah, become aware
and
of life. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
yeah, it becomes a way of life, so
Yeah.
and you rock with it, you know what I'm saying? So when you talk about that breaking up, it's difficult
Nigga
to
ain't
do.
trying to hear that shit.
Oh
Yeah,
no, that's your
like,
livelihood. You talk about life and livelihood. That's your livelihood. You
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
can't just set
man,
a
like
new setting for your life.
that should have that should affect your work. That should
Shit.
affect you wanting to go out with the fellas. Like, nah, I don't want to go out.
Nigga
I'm
start
gonna just
losing weight,
chill
all
tonight.
type of wild shit go to happen. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
then don't have that one homeboy. Man, you tripping over a bitch? Nah, she ain't
Oh
just no
man.
bitch. That's like, come on,
Yep.
you know
And
what
see,
I'm
that's
saying?
what I
But
was saying. The support system, man. You can't. That shit get fickle, man. Because niggas act like they get over shit easily, and some niggas do. You know what I'm saying? But boy, that boy said you talking about breaking up. That shit made me think about Kevin Gates. We supposed to be in love. Boy, you ever heard that song?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Kevin saying no walking eye, ain't no breaking up. Bitch, we supposed to be in love. You hear me?
yeah.
Yeah, niggas go getting like that, boy. That's what this nigga RNG Hayes be thinking like. Ain't no walking eye, ain't no breaking up. You my hoe. Ain't no
Yeah,
way.
I really feel like that. I don't lost so many. I don't lost so many. I'm used to you losing them all. I just got
Oh
my
my
record
god.
for my hurt. You know, I
Yeah,
don't have
boy.
no female that I've been engaged with or have any type of relationship with. I have like a malice with or have bad energy with. You know,
Listen, fellas, man. I wanna play a little clip and I want y'all thoughts on what this young lady got to say, man. Big dog, roll that beautiful bean footage.
I've never seen a woman make a broke man rich, but I've seen plenty of men make broke women rich. Do you think that we have a problem in society? We definitely do. We got many of them. But why is it that, like, a woman will never stay with a broke man, but a broke man
Mm-hmm.
has no problem, like, providing and building up a broke woman? Because the thing is, like, nowadays, most broke women don't even think they're broke. They just think that they're dating the
Wow.
wrong man. But then
That's
they'll
true.
look at a guy who's like working fucking 60 hours a week at a job that doesn't really
Mm-hmm.
pay that much, but he's doing his fucking best, and she'll look at him and be like, "That's broke boy energy." Like, no, that's hubby energy. Actually, that's fucking husband material. Actually, I feel like as women we
You
have such
feel
a
me?
like strong desire to be taken care of that we forget that like there are men are human beings who sometimes need a little bit of grace and understanding too. Thank you.
You feel me? I gotta drop
yeah,
another one. Y'all
yeah. I
thoughts?
like that.
RNG head. Give me your thoughts on that, brother.
Hey, okay, so basically, she's absolutely right in question. That is something to ask the world, try to figure that out. But what I see to understand is that, men are providers. You know what I'm saying? And 9 times out of 10, it's like the damsel in distress type deal. You know what I'm saying? If you like a girl and you like things about her, you want to see her doing better, you want to see her doing well. So you if you're a real player, you're not gonna mind stepping in and
Mm-hmm.
helping with school a little bit of this, motivating, enhancing, and dropping jewels, just to keep her going and to maybe build you up something that could possibly potentially be you a wife.
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
in this case, you're probably not gonna, find too many women that's looking to build up a man because they mostly, selfishly are into themselves, selfishly, you know. And with that being said, man, I know it's some women that'll be like, I hold my man down, if he's like, if he has some type of potential, working, school, trying to build a business, it's some chicks that'll hold a man down to a degree, but I'm not fit to, sit here and be like, oh yeah, it's gonna be a woman out there that's gonna pick a man up. I don't even really think that a woman should actually do that. I think a man should be a man as a man should be a man. You know, we all go through things. Uh, Everybody had their challenges. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't raise my daughter to take care of that nigga. I'm sorry.
Taz, what's
I'm
your
sorry.
thoughts on that?
Um, yeah, I'm I'm 50 on 50 on both, and I explain it.
Taz, you there, brother? That boy shit done locked up on him. I can't hear him. You know what I'm saying? But listen, man, like I'ma just say what I gotta say about the situation. You know, if a female is looking to be in a mature relationship, I think a lot of those things that comes with that is going to be, hey, if I'm going to work and I'm doing what I got to do, you already know what type of energy this is. This ain't broke boy
Right.
energy. This just me trying to provide, trying to figure it out. And
Yeah.
I seen a clip where the guy was like, women, you give them a house, they make a home. You give them food, they make a meal, and yada yada
Right.
yada, and so on and so forth. You give them that seed, they make a baby. So I feel like
Right.
a woman got to realize what I give you and what I bring to the table. It is your job to make it better. I might
But is
have,
that
I
every
might,
woman though?
nah, I'm just saying my stance on it. You feel me?
Okay.
You got a situation where you got a woman and she can't even turn her own situation into nothing or whatever. I can understand, but here I come and I'm changing things and we moving up, and you got the nerve to speak this like that or let people speak, in a manner about whatever I got going on because I got to go to work or I got to do this or nah. You should be thankful that I'm running this race, that I'm grinding heavy, and that I can make sure that you got a little leeway to kind of figure some things out if you want to go to school. You know, if I'm doing a heavy lifting, you should be trying to figure out a way how to make those extra ends work. Even if you saying, "Man, I'm
Right.
finna do some hair, I'm finna throw some froze eggs in the freezer. We finna make a little extra
Right.
pennies or whatever." And that's what I feel like a woman got to bring to the table. After the pussy is done wore out and you done got all the head, you done ate me all the bone, it's really nothing else you could do but build me mentally and build us emotionally, spiritually. Because like I say, that's gonna be the thing that's gonna determine the wifey.
Absolutely. 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 I totally agree. I think that I think you're right. You know, as far as what we would ideally like to have. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, every woman won't be subjected to that type of activity. You won't catch a woman, every woman being that type of woman, being the woman that a man needs, and that's what I'm becoming to respect and only respect. Uh, is a woman that have the respect for the man, that understands what a man wants, that understand what a man needs. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
Because that can just go so far, man. A man that's respected, you get like infinite love from, if you can respect a man. These women don't really understand that, and
I totally agree.
it's hard. It's hard for a for a man to gain a woman's respect today.
Elaborate.
I mean, you look at the type, quote unquote, alpha male. We don't really know what that is. I don't really know what an alpha male is. They got their definition of it, but it all ends to be the same thing at the end of the day. If you got enough money to trick off, then use alpha male. You know what I'm saying? Like that's basically what it is. Because a woman is looking for a man to take care of them. You see, at the end of the day, and I would say that is understandable. To a degree, but I mean, come on. Like I always say, we had a woman run. Women are way past the stone ages and the ages of when the women couldn't work and they didn't have rights, and men was actually had to be the ones to go to work because
Okay,
they were the
so
only ones
let's
who could
entertain
afford
that.
jobs.
Do you think that's a problem that women have risen in the financial areas, more business owners? They're making more
Right,
money than their counterparts, significantly more. So,
right.
do you think that that's a problem that men feel like, look, man, this can't tell it nothing. She make more money. She call all the shots. The house in her name, shit in her name, and like that. You know what I'm saying? So, is that a issue, or how do you feel about that?
Look, I'm finna let it be known right here, right now. Honestly, a man don't give a fuck how much a woman make, how much more, how much less. It's not really about that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it plays a part because that's the energy that women bring to that. You know what
That's what
I'm
I'm
saying?
saying. That's what
Yeah,
we
that's the
talking about.
energy that
That
they
energy
bring.
that
But
could make a
that,
nigga
yeah,
feel like he ain't that
right.
nigga because he ain't bringing the bag like
Well,
she bringing the bag.
she's dead wrong for making a man feel any less in any type of situation if that's her man. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're in a situation and you're a man and that's your counterpart, you're making a substantial amount of money, well, that's your power piece. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? That's supposed to be something that you actually supposed to be praising
So
because
I'm thinking
at
at
one
some
point,
point in time, women get construed the power and the stability that a man brings, just if he's a real man, if he's a strong man, a
yeah,
praying man, a man that provides peace,
right,
support in areas
right,
that she probably is lacking in. And just because you are
absolutely,
able to go out and financially get the bag, and it's easy for you with your
right,
degrees and so on and so forth, don't
right.
underestimate what a man bring to the table, especially if he a good man.
Never do that. Never, ever do that. She should only praise that man and honor that man to be in a situation to even be, to be in that situation because that's how, as a woman, you have a position to lead. You get what I'm saying? Not to be the leader of your relationship or to outlead the man, but you in a position to lead as a woman to bring what? Security, to bring what? Stability. The
I don't know
same
if she
things
need to
that
lead. I think she has a role to play. Like, and
okay.
if she's doing her role and making sure that her end of the bargain is taken care of, then that's what she's supposed to
Mm-hmm.
do. I don't know. I'm not saying a woman can't lead. They shouldn't lead. I'm not saying that they shouldn't or they can't. I'm saying that when you're in a situation and you have a man that you can trust and that you love, and he's should be the guy that's leading, no matter how much motherfucking money you make, no matter how much
Right.
motherfucking money you even acquire, and how much friends tell you, how many trips you going, what kind of car you got, because you got have a bitch with a BMW, Lexus, or whatever, and her dude want a pickup truck. He don't want to do this. He don't want to do that because a lot of time women have different desires to look fancy, and some niggas is like
Right.
that too. But like I say,
Right.
man,
Right.
I just wanted to figure out what this lady was saying. Is it any truth to it? And you're basically saying yes, it is.
Yeah, it's a big truth to it, man. Especially if women don't change their mindset. It's all about the mindset of the woman. If
I
they
think that
don't,
that goes both ways. It's the mindset of the individuals who are in the relationship and who are in the situation or whatever. The mentality doesn't stop on one. Both mindsets
you
has to
can't be
be willing to love the right way and communicate the
right.
right way and all the ingredients that go in a good relationship. So let me go this way. What are some ingredients for a strong, healthy, positive relationship, in your opinion, in RNG Hayes' opinion?
In my opinion, communication,
Uh-huh.
honesty.
Uh-huh.
Um, I want to say the lower, but I'm gonna put that to the side for now. Uh, you honesty and got honesty, communication, and I think the most important is understanding.
I can respect
Having
that.
passion and being able to listen to your partner, to be able to like really hear them. I don't think that people take the time to really hear each other, their wants and needs. We be so set in the mindset of what we believe a relationship should be instead of for actually dealing with the actual relationship. That is a big thing. I think that's a big thing. We all have our idea, we all have our mindset on a certain thing, and it's not really that, when you in the relationship. And we
So I'm
get
I'm gonna
beyond
throw
that,
I'm
we
gonna
get
throw this
to
at you, right? I'm gonna give you my ingredients to a healthy relationship. It starts and it ends with the Heavenly Father, whatever God you pray to. You have to have a healthy relationship with in a prayer life, and it has to center around a spiritual sense. In my opinion, because
right.
without that, you're just dealing with some random energy. When we all
Absolutely.
understand the aspect of having positive thinking, uh positive spirituality, praying for your house, praying for your family, praying in the car, praying before you go to sleep. That strong thing, that strong foundation right there is all the recipe you need for any relationship. In what I feel is like all those understandings and communications and all those things, you'll pray to the source to help us communicate better, help us in our finances. So whoever your God is, and that's how I look at it. So we Taz, I was
Yep.
asking RNG Hayes, what is a good recipe for a relationship? What is the recipe for a good relationship? A strong foundation.
Communication between the gaps. I when it comes like you, uh, y'all have an open communication because sometimes something could be going on you don't know about. Y'all need to just talk about it. Before
Mhm.
things get too far left or too far right. But both of y'all have to be on that same page. Communication is a big part. Like, cause it's without communication, man, shit goes south. Like, damn, I didn't know you felt that way. Well, damn, if you'd have told me, I would have did something about it.
Right,
I thought
absolutely.
we were good. I thought we were cool. Don't just disregard your partner,
Yeah.
even if you don't want to talk. Nah, you can't disregard. You're in a relationship. When you committed to that relationship, you said, nah, I'm willing to discuss and understand, anything that's going on with me and you.
Right, absolutely.
Keep
Absolutely.
others out your relationship. Like don't it, the friends that don't have what you have, you can't take advice from them to like wholeheartedly. It's all right to let them talk, to attempt to give you advice. I'm not saying don't listen to nothing they say, but be mindful of who's giving you advice. When,
Right.
hey, she told me this, so what you think I should do about this? That's like when it comes to a homegirl. A female can't go ask a single homegirl, girl, what you think I should do? My husband tripping. Bitch, leave that nigga, girl. I ain't got that.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Gonna be in a
She
single
need to go
good
ask
answer.
another she needs to go ask somebody who's been in a relationship longer than her. And same goes for the guy. You can't ask of something for someone that they're not in. No matter how cool you are, because the shit could be misleading. At at at, at a time when you should have stopped, the advice puts you on go. At a time you should have
Mhm.
said go, you want to stop. Man, so when seeking that vital ass information, if you're gonna seek vital ass information, seek it from somebody that's been in what you're in longer than you've been in it.
That's
But
true.
communication, man, communication. A lot of marriages got broke up because of single ass homeboys and
Boys a
single ass
single ass home.
homegirls.
Right.
So communicate, man.
Listen, fellas, we have had um Miss Juliet has Miss Jazz, I'm sorry, forgive me, has entered the building. Jazz, how you doing this evening?
I'm great. How about y'all?
Yeah, good, good.
Mhm. How you doing now?
So basically the question was, what is the ingredients to a strong relationship?
I'm gonna say communication.
Miss Juliet says that communication is good for, that's the only ingredient you need.
No, you need more than communication. It depends on the person, but
Yeah, what is the recipe? Yeah.
it depends on the person that you're with, because everybody need different things. Honesty is definitely a key. Communication. You just never know that person. I would say you have to really learn your mate, your significant other, because. But the main factors to me is communication and honesty and loyalty. God first. First of all, God first and foremost in everything.
Right. Okay. Well. It was a couple of questions that you kind of like came in a little late. We appreciate you for popping in. Uh, One of the first questions was, how do you handle a situation when? How long do you give yourself when you have had a breakup? What's the period of time that you know give yourself after a breakup? Do you hop right back in and get back on it, or what do you do?
Women are different. The last relationship I had, I waited 5 years. So I give myself a break.
Is that the version of you that was at that time, or was that something you typically did throughout your whole dating career?
Throughout my whole dating career, actually 5 years was the longest, but I give myself time. I know one time it was like 2 years. It's just, and it depends on the levels of dating because you could just have friends that you just conversate with. You can be conversating, but actually a committed relationship, it takes a while.
So you was talking like Taz, like them little rendezvous. You have a couple of them in nothing serious, just some little some little intermissions or whatnot.
Well, I don't know
Yeah.
what Taz said, but like I said, a committed relationship, I'm gonna just say it takes time.
Okay, so we know you just getting here. We had a lot going on, so we want to run this little beautiful bean
I've
footage so
never
you can
seen a
get a whiff
woman
of this.
make a broke man rich, but I've seen plenty
Hmm.
of men make broke women rich. Do you think that we have a problem in society? We definitely do. We got many of them. But why is it that, like, a woman will never stay with a broke man, but a broke man has no problem, like, providing and building up a broke woman? Because the thing is, like, nowadays, most broke women don't even think they're broke. They just think that they're dating the wrong man. But
Mm.
then they'll look at a guy who's like working fucking 60 hours a week at a job that doesn't really pay that much, but he's doing his fucking best, and she'll look at him and be like, "That's broke boy energy." Like, no, that's hubby energy. Actually, that's fucking husband material. Actually, I feel like as women we have such a like strong desire to be taken care of that we forget that like there are men are human beings, um, who sometimes need a little bit of grace and understanding too. Thank you.
Miss Juliet, your thoughts?
I can agree with what she's saying because it's just a generation. It's a new generation. Um, because women, you just throw me in all of this. Women tend to feel like a man is supposed to take care of them. Um, but I think you just have to conversate and get to know the person. You'll know if a person is just like have a loser mentality, or a man have potential. I would say because if you meet a man, sometimes you just fall hard on his luck. But I feel like if you with him and you get to know him, you'll know whether you guys can grow together or not. So I don't and money. I'm not gonna say money ain't. It makes a relationship, but it has its ups and downs. That's just the way I feel about it.
All right, so listen, I'm gonna run this other clip, and this is a little different.
This is why in our culture as black people, when the boys turn a certain age, the men come and get him and take him away from the mother because she can emotionally manipulate him. But since we don't live in our culture no more, we say what we want to say, do what we want to say. We tear our men down and then wonder why they don't make good husbands and fathers. Mothers destroy sons. His mother can speak to him in certain ways that destroy him in ways that can never be repaired. This is why.
Ooh, that give me chills just hearing that.
Yeah.
Julia, you are the lady on deck. Please elaborate on that, ma'am.
I can agree 100% as a mother and a mother of sons.
Hmm.
So I definitely can agree. I myself could understand as a woman, being honest and transparent. I said some things to my children, my sons, that I had to apologize for because you could speak life into them and to them, and because I want them to be great men and have good wives. I don't want my children, them wives speaking to me any type of way because I'm gonna get mad. So I had to learn to they're men now. So I have to speak them into a certain way. Like I have to speak them a certain way. I can't speak them like they little boys and dictate to them or tell them different things. But
Mhm.
even younger, I had to tell them, forgive me for doing different things.
RNG Hayes, I want to let you speak on that.
Uh, I can honestly say that for the most part, women, mothers have definitely been a crutch to the sons, to the young men. When it comes to certain things, verbally, the put the weight on the shoulder of the young man in the house, maybe the only man in the house, being maybe the father's not there usually the time, that is. So they have to become, something what they believe is of nurturing and raising, and they have to do it in a way where like I'm mama and daddy, you know, and they have to do it. They have to do it in a way, and I can say that verbally, it could possibly be, it could be a thing. It could be it could be a bit much, you know, if the wrong thing is said, the wrong things are not instilled into the young men. But I'm not saying I can, I'm not just saying that, mothers are like just the worst thing that ever happened to men, to young men today. But it's definitely is something that needs to be addressed, as far as the way that uh, women are raising the young men, especially with them not being uh, basically equipped. You don't have the information to raise a son as a woman. You
So the
don't
lady was
have.
saying that the people could be mothers can say certain things and be the reason that the black man can be a little damaged and whatnot. You get what I'm saying? And I can agree
Yeah,
with
but
that.
yeah, I can agree.
Because
I can
you got
agree
to
with that
realize, bro,
statement.
your mom is the person who nurtured you. She's the person you're most vulnerable to most of the time coming up. And if she's not speaking life into you and telling you you can make it, you can do it, you're not going to believe that.
I don't believe it,
You're not
right?
going you're going to believe it because it's coming from her basically. But if she's speaking contrary to that, you're going to feel like
Mm.
you ain't going to make it past 16. You're going to feel a way, and it could be depressing for years. But I want to give my dog Taz the opportunity to expound on that. Please, Taz, you got the flow, brother.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Have an effect as well. What we have seen more recently was the core raising up. Like, you're with your parents for so many years, and then they have to let you go and go off into the world. Well, when you're presented to the world is getting a representation of that household
Mm,
previously you were in, and whether it was a good one, whether it was a challenging one, or just damn right, not nothing no kid need to be brought up in. When you're released as that young lady or young man, it's your responsibility to find your way after that. Not saying that moms and dads are not going to be there after the fact, but they're definitely needed and required. And the overall product of it at the end of the day is going to determine what the world sees that came out of that Miss Bertha household, that Miss Love household with Mr. Carson or Mr. Johnson, with the two he was raising. Um, percentage shows that when the mother is raising by themselves, more more percent of the offspring from that a situation like that is not the best of that compared to a single dad raising of a household or a two-parent household. But no, it's definitely true, and speaking life is vital when coming up because that'll be the thing between high self-esteem and no self-esteem.
Yeah, I agree
Having the
with that.
will to go and drive to go do something to like just chill, you know.
Yeah, yeah,
And
I totally agree with that. I'm gonna drop a bomb for that. Matter of fact, I'll drop another one. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, it's been real, and you tuned in to Matters of Heart, Stories of War. I want to give a thanks to all the celebrities that's on here, from RNG Hayes, the rap phenomenon, local celebrity, sir. I want to definitely give a shout out to Jazz Cafe, catering company, Southern Caffeine Cuisine.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
gonna love that. And always the rapping trucker, last but not least, the MC Trucker MC TAZ. Amen. Amen.
amen.
So listen here, man. We're gonna go ahead and scoot up out of here. I wanted to show the love and vibe with my peoples. We'll be back, man. Y'all tap in with us. You know what I'm saying? It's your dog,
Ten,
Big Dog. And we gonna let
tenfold.
them roll, let them ride. You know, yeah.
Ooh.